Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Disney Princess Mini Disney Ariel's Castle set. This is set number 40708. It has 557 pieces and I paid $40 for this set. So I've already looked at the mini Disney castle that came with a Mickey figure. I looked at the mini Haunted Mansion, which came with a butler figure. I looked at the mini Palace of Agrabah, I believe, from Aladdin, which was the most recent one. And I liked all of them. Interestingly enough, the Aladdin one didn't come with any figures or anything like that. And I know this one is getting maybe some people a little bit upset just because it has a mini doll instead of a mini figure. I think that's the same for the big clamshell Little Mermaid set. I believe those were also mini dolls, which I did not build that clamshell set yet. I don't know if I ever will. But this looked really interesting to me. It looked like it had those new fern pieces and kind of the satin translucent iridescent stuff there. Same for some of the clamshell pieces in here. And it looked like there was a ton of gold, which is really, really great, to me at least. So I was pretty excited to see this. And so I decided to pick it up. I do have the other ones. I like this form factor. I like this size. I like this scale. I like the display oriented sets here, so I think these are really, really fun and really great. So I decided to pick this up. So in this video, I'm going to open this set. I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build for this Lego Mini Disney Ariel's Castle set, I wanted to say thanks for watching and then remind you, if you like this video, click the thumbs up. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. So we start out here with the mini doll, and then we build kind of the foundation, the base for this sort of miniature castle diorama. We kind of tile that out and use some plates there. We start adding some gold, some external walls, and some floral elements, which is really nice. Actually, after the first bag of pieces, I was kind of wondering where this was going, even though I knew kind of the rough shape and stuff based on the box. But it just didn't seem like it was going to amount to what was depicted. We can see we start adding some of these columns here, or these spires, and many of them are just one stud wide, one stud by one stud, so they're very thin and tall, but that about looks right. Now we have some repetition in some pieces to kind of make this rounded off, using a couple identical sections there, which is all right, and we'll do that again kind of coming up. But that's the main biggest spire here. We start adding some more. We do another tower kind of in a different way, just with those round 2x2 bricks. And we add some pillars and some columns, add the clamshell, and now we'll work on kind of the same thing with these brackets and translucent pieces, and then the grate pieces, or the vented pieces, or the grill pieces there. And as we're closing in on the end, I would say we probably used a lot of similar building techniques and pieces that were in some of the other mini Disney castles. But then this one has some interesting stuff here at the end. You use these golden gate or fence pieces to really nice effect, I thought. And then those kind of fern leaf pieces in the satin translucent iridescent kind of color is very, very nice. So I enjoyed that, and now we're finishing up. So on to my review for this set. Okay, so here we have the mini Disney Ariel's Castle set. This is pretty interesting. It's not exactly what I was expecting, but I probably should have been expecting this stuff. Sometimes I see official images of something and I guess my eyes and my color blindness and whatever else sometimes betray me. But there's still a lot of really good stuff here, and I'm still a pretty big fan of this kind of series of sets. Like I mentioned at the beginning, the mini Disney Castle, the Haunted Mansion, the Palace of Agrabah, and now Ariel's castle here from The Little Mermaid. So I do still really like this, but there's a good amount to take a look at. And like some of the other ones, they came with minifigures. In this case, it comes with a mini doll, and I think I mentioned it at the beginning. The only one that didn't was the Aladdin one, the Palace of Agrabah, I believe. But we do have a Ariel mini doll here, so kind of the mermaid tail mini doll. Not legs, but tail there. It's got a pretty standard mini doll torso with a little bit of the tail printing, stuff coming up at the bottom, and then a sort of seashell cover up. Ariel's hair is very good here. Of course, it's just a standard mini doll head. We can see the bow at the back there. And I'm okay with this. I think the clamshell set is mini dolls. I believe they're based on the more recent live action remake, which I know some people were upset about. I still think it looks like a good set, and I still think that movie is okay, but this one is like based on the animated Little Mermaid here, so it is as far as I remember, a different mini doll. It's not the exact same one that comes in that clamshell set. And then I don't know if this is exclusive to this mini Disney Ariel's Castle set, or if this figure or this mini doll has appeared in other sets. So I'm not sure about that, but it's pretty good. There's kind of like the satin translucent bit for these fins at the back. There's a little bit of like metallic kind of sparkly printing here as well. So it is a nice minifigure. The hair is kind of like a rubberized hair. It's a little softer. It's not hard plastic, and I do have some trouble occasionally getting it on the mini doll head there. But I think that's nice to get the mini doll. I know some people would prefer a mini figure. I think this is perfectly acceptable. I would rather have this than neither. Like for the Agrabah, Palace of Agrabah, or whatever, the one from Aladdin, didn't come with any figures, no mini dolls, no mini figures. I would prefer a mini doll of Jasmine or somebody in that set, over nothing. But so I don't really mind this too much. I think it's a good look for the Ariel figure there. And then the rest of this build is this mini Disney Ariel's Castle set. So I talked about this with the Agrabah castle, and I don't know if it's because it's a Lego exclusive or something like that. I don't know why this doesn't have a QR code to scan to redeem for points. It has this at the back, which is slightly different than the 20 points you get for instruction manual. So that's that. And then, when I looked at the box and when I look at the instructions, I think I thought there was more gold than there really is. And a more attuned eye or more careful eye probably would have recognized a lot of the kind of pale yellow that goes on through here, but that's still pretty nice. The other thing is, I thought, based on the box and based off this image, is that this clamshell, seashell kind of piece there would be a kind of satin translucent pink there, and that's not the case. But there are other things that I was excited about this set that are here. So we can kind of take a look at all of this. Over here is a clear or transparent bar piece, antenna piece that is for holding the Ariel figure there, which I think looks nice. It makes it seem like if this is underwater, they are kind of floating or swimming there, but that's really good. And looking at the base, I think for this, it's similar to some of the diorama stuff, similar to the other mini Disney kind of castle sets or palace sets or haunted mansion, all that stuff have kind of this nice border here. I think the color choices for this are really good. We do have some floral elements and some nice colors here. The kind of anemone minion hair thing here in a couple spots, and some satin translucent tiles all throughout there. So good to get those. These do, for me, tend to blend in with the plate here. So these kind of bits kind of blend in with the plate that makes up the base. Size wise, I don't have the other ones next to me to really compare, but this feels like it's in line scale wise with how big some of the base of those other ones is. So that's really good. And you start off just building the base for this, and then you start adding in some of like all the tiles and all the jumpers that is underneath all of this, because there's not a ton of like substantive building here. A lot of this stuff is like a single pillar, sometimes a single stud wide, and so to get everything like, you know, specifically very vertical or whatever, or lined up, is a little bit of a challenge. But you do put kind of all the jumpers and tiles and a few plates down at the first level. Then you just start building up. So we add kind of the pillars here around the side, this curved piece, some of these tiles, and then you also add some of these curved bricks here in kind of that sand bluish teal color there. We do have another like satin translucent piece here, which is kind of like a gem type tile there, which is nice. So that's studded on there. And there is still a lot of gold in this. You know, drum lacquered gold for some pieces and just kind of the pearl gold for others. And then we kind of just work on building this all out. So, you know, for these kind of spires or pillars here, we have a mix of different like satin translucent studs, kind of the light aqua studs, or round bricks rather, some other translucent, some of the, like the cupcake looking pieces there. Those are all pretty much just one stud pillars that have a good amount of height to them. And then this one as well is like that. This one and this one uses the gold like eggshell piece, kind of the unicorn horn piece, a nice dome piece, some gold like binocular pieces in there, and that just uses these kind of pale yellow round bricks, or circular, you know, 2x2s. Up here we get a circular 2x2, and here we can actually see this is a satin translucent and this is a satin translucent, but they're slightly different colors, it looks like to me. This inverted tile is like a satin translucent. This clamshell piece is not at translucent at all. I was kind of hoping it was. I thought it was from the images, but it is not. It still looks pretty good, which is nice. And then like this big pillar at the back and this big, you know, tower here, the core of those uses some, you know, studs on the side bricks with some bar elements, you know, put through the open stud, and then we build out like 4 of these kind of side panels that give it the curvature. So using these cheese wedges, using these gold grate pieces and a translucent plate underneath there, and then you kind of stud those down, and it's a really nice effect to get it more rounded look, and kind of operating in odd you know, stud widths here. So like, you know, from this side to this side is probably, or, you know, brick widths, it's probably, you know, 5 roughly, or 3. It kind of depends. You can see we have 1 stud here, these are like 1 stud wide, and there's a little bit extra that extends. So to get that shaping and that symmetry and everything there, it's a fine technique. It's a technique I've seen used before, but it is then a little bit challenging to make sure everything lines up perfectly and get everything kind of situated there. And so like this can be turned a little bit, this can be turned a little bit, and there is in my mind a desire to try to have those things lined up, but it is probably a little bit difficult. And then this one built here, it also uses like the gold roller skate piece there at the top, a lot of the gold great pieces. This one is very similar to the base of this one, not exactly the same, but very similar as a the build for that. It does use this kind of interesting piece in here, which is also up here. I can't remember what this piece is from exactly, but it's a really cool piece. It's used to good effect here. It's really nice under this translucent kind of dome piece there, which is great. And then we add kind of more pillar details. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these golden gate pieces, and we add those kind of around the back to fill out some of the body here. So just 3 of these pearl gold rounded bricks here, with a couple of the clip with the bar piece there stuck into the open studs, holds on to these to give everything kind of a backdrop. Then around the side, this one clips on one spot here to kind of give more, I would say, like volume into the middle. This one kind of comes around the side. This one's clipped on the back, but it does fill in some empty space there, and that's really nice. I think the overall effect of using those gate pieces here is quite good, actually. We do have a couple like tridents at the side here, and we have a little kind of passway here through these arches. And then one of the things I was particularly excited about is we have these fern pieces, which were introduced for Rivendell, and they were in a Star Wars diorama, and they've appeared in a bunch of different colors in a bunch of sets. The Friends Botanical Garden, in the Viking Village, and other stuff. But here we get them in this satin translucent kind of sparkly iridescent color, which is really, really nice. You get 4 of those. Would have loved to get a bunch more of those, but it's a very good piece. They look really, really nice, and they complement this pretty well. So that's pretty much all that is in this set. I think, there's not a ton of empty space in here. It does look very visually interesting. I think people will recognize this as Ariel's castle from The Little Mermaid, even without the mini doll being displayed with it. And still a lot of gold, even though like not all these 1x2 cheese wedges or whatever, these slope pieces were gold. That would have been crazy. I kind of thought that for some reason, but I can tell it's pretty clear that they're not gold when I look at the box. For some reason, I thought maybe there was a lot more gold in this than there actually is. And I think this is really nice. I hope that they continue to do these. There's a lot of small pieces in here, but I love this form factor. I like how unique and kind of interesting all of these are. This one has some repetition. I don't think as much as like the Haunted Mansion has, and this just feels really great compared to all the other ones. So I really hope they continue to do these. I don't know. I guess I'm off the top of my head. I guess I don't know what other kind of mini Disney castles would work or they could do. I'm sure there are many, and the Haunted Mansion isn't explicitly a castle. That could they could go down different routes here and kind of make tons of different mini Disney diorama type stuff. I think this is pretty well realized here, so I had a lot of fun building it and a lot of fun talking about it, and I think it looks quite nice, which is really, really great. So I'll show the extra pieces here. I thought I kind of have some extra pieces that I thought I had too many extras of. So some of these kind of these flower studs, there's like several of those because they're in different bags, but I think like 5 of them that are counted for extra pieces. A lot of the gold open stud, couple gold bars, the gold minifigure roller skates, gold binoculars, the gold kind of unicorn horn spire pieces there, the anemone piece or the minion hair piece, flower, these couple iridescent satin translucent pieces, the gem one and the tile there. So pretty much your standard extra pieces, and good to get those. Some useful ones in there, and always nice. This set is 557 pieces, and I paid $40 for it. $40 I think is the price that I paid for a lot of the other castles. I'm trying to remember if the Aladdin one was also $40. I think it was. And the Haunted Mansion one you can get on sale pretty regularly, or at least it has been in recent years. And then the Disney one, I can't remember if that could have been more or if that was $40 as well. As far as price per piece goes, this seems to make a lot of sense. A lot of small pieces in here. It is a small kind of display model. I don't feel terrible about that price point. I think a little cheaper would probably be better, but it doesn't feel awful to me. It's sort of what these licensed Disney sets seem to be going for, and that's okay. I like these a lot, and one of the things that's like similar to these is I think the Peter Pan set, like the flight over London or whatever, and I really want that. That's kind of a Disney diorama set, but I really didn't feel like that set was a very good price, so I've been kind of trying to wait for that one to go on sale. And I know that one has 3 minifigures instead of mini dolls, and does have maybe some like recolors and lots of other stuff. I think it is a really interesting set and a really cool looking set that I would probably have paired alongside all these mini Disney castle displays. But I think the $60 mark is a little bit high. $40 for this, I could see people saying it's high. I don't think they would sell this for $30. $35 would be better. I paid $40 for it. I don't feel terrible about that. But it's not probably for everyone. I just happen to really, really like these sets, and I think this one's no different. This is just a nice addition to this kind of line of mini Disney iconic locations in the diorama sort of style. So I'm a big fan of these, and yeah, $40 is kind of neither here nor there, but I think it makes sense. So not too bad to me. And then like the Aladdin one does have like some more drum lacquered gold, I would say. This one really only ends up having like this piece, a couple other ones. I don't know if they can really make every piece in the kind of chrome metallic gold, so they do default kind of the pearl gold or the duller kind of gold for a lot of these things. And the mini Disney Palace of Agrabah didn't have a mini doll, didn't have a mini figure, and so I think that was $40. This is $40. It seems about okay to me, and I really, really enjoyed this. So very, very nice. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more LEGO mini Disney castles if they do more, or these kind of mini sets if they do more, but other sets from all different themes, all different shape, size, price point, piece count, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming LEGO videos. And if you want to support this channel, you can do that right here on YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks. And I still have the Patreon. It's linked in the video description, linked on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. And I'm going to keep trying to offer like some exclusive content for those things, including videos about like bigger sets that I've been doing lately, and other stuff. So maybe consider checking those things out. It helps me out a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. So thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.